I know you're a sports fan generally, not just a former NFL executive. I wonder what you think of what went down in the NBA over the last few weeks, where players like Paul George, Anthony Davis told their teams, "I want out," and yes, their general managers and front office executives got huge hauls in regard to coughing them up, but general managers didn't just say no, sort of like what Tom Telesco is doing right now with Melvin Gordon. I wonder what your thoughts are as a former NFL executive on this front, Joe.
Well, first of all, it's fascinating to watch. 5 years ago, if you'd asked me what was happening over the last 4 years, I would have said the NBA will probably drop in some popularity because so many fans will be hopeless, and the opposite has happened. And it's a phenomenal example of what we're starting to see in the NFL, of players realizing that the notion that they don't have leverage, well, you actually have to have leverage versus perceived leverage. And leverage is withholding your services. I mean, if you want to see it play out in real life, you're watching it in the NBA, and the NFL, and I said this last time I was on your show, is going to become much more like, it's not going to become like, it's become more like the NBA than what we're used to seeing.
What do you mean?
Well, the players are going to start to use the leverage that they have to make demands and be treated more fairly and get what they deserve. The players, listen, if you took the average position pay right now, at the rate that the cap is going up, there are almost no positions where the rate of pay has gone up as fast as the cap increase. Some have actually caught up in the last 12 months. Up until then, I could have made that as a blanket statement. Now some are actually catching up. And they're catching up because of the Macs and the Donalds and the Wilsons, and now it will be the Thomases, and then it will be the Zeke Elliott's. They understand how to, the power that they have. They understand when and how to try to use it more effectively. And it's going to push everything up. You're going to see teams able to carry over less money than they have been years. For years now, the teams are carrying over massive amounts of money. I think that will get addressed in the CBA too. But why should a player be sitting there taking a deal for, let's say, $15 million a year when he thinks he's worth $18 because he hopes the team is going to spend on the rest of the roster? And what they do instead is they carry it over to the next year. They're really waking up to all of this. The players are talking to each other. There are more outside people talking to the players. The players are watching what's going on in the NBA. They have this long list of grievances that we talked about briefly earlier. And they're like, you know what, it's the movie network. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to get what I believe I deserve. Now, some of the players, like I was not a fan of what Bell did last year. Some of the players will overshoot in trying to stand up for themselves. And some players will get what they deserve when they stand up for themselves. And the agents are going to play a big role in this, hopefully helping the players understand, when am I overshooting? When am I getting what I deserve? When am I picking a fight with a team that I actually have a chance of winning? If I was advising Gordon, I would say, listen, just go to camp, go quietly, do everything well. Let Zeke get his deal done, even if it's late in camp, and then let's go back and reapproach them. Because the Chargers aren't going to cave. That's just not what they do. So I think he's putting himself in a one-down position, as we would say, in a negotiation.
Joe Banner, thanks for the time. Have a great rest of your summer. We'll chat shortly. Thanks again for your insights.
Thanks, Rich.
You got it. That's Joe Banner, at Joe Banner 13. Great follow on Twitter.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.